Start your engines.
You know I'm proud of it.
Angela Ruch brings them down.
If you want it all, you can have it. When you living the good life, you living the rough life, real lavish. Don't let the pretty face fool you, she can drive. Manipulation and being a mom at the same time. Like Ruch, here badass. A good husband, a good dada. Stay lit, the rough life, real lavish. Rough life, 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 rough life.
Hey, everybody. I'm Angela, and beside me is my lovely, lovely hubby. Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Everyone, doing well.
Guys, thanks for tuning into our live podcast. This is our third one. If it's your first time with the Rooks, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We hope everybody is staying safe out there with this craziness. Wow. What was the total this morning? 16,000 deaths. That's insane.
I don't know if it's, while I was watching that intro, I was seeing my life pass before my eyes, before babies and NASCAR. But
to know the world that we're living in right now is super tough.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
We've had some news hit home for the Ruch family. My father, who I told you was ill with pancreatic cancer, now he's got the coronavirus, and my mom is in the hospital as well, getting checked.
But your parents have been sick for what? Your dad's been sick for almost 4 weeks now, right?
Yeah.
Going on 4 weeks, and he's been in and out of the hospital, like Mike said. Super scary. So we're not really sure, how it's come about. It's hard. It's tough that the family's dealing with that. So
all my big brothers and sisters are all holding down the fort up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where mom and dad just moved from Vegas.
Yeah, they literally just moved next to Rita and Mike's nephews, Eric and Tyler. So again, we hope everyone's staying safe.
So big sis has two hospice patients, my godson and my father, and then mom is having her issues. So I don't know how Rita's doing it. Thank you for the big help.
Yeah, thanks, Rita.
Yeah.
Rita never surprises us, though. How about it? If you know Rita, she's just a really incredible person, and she just goes nonstop, and she cares about everybody for herself. And she's only proving that. So all of our love sending to them. I wish we could be there to help you, Rita, but unfortunately, as we all know, it's safer to stay home these days, especially with two babies, huh?
Yeah, I asked Ange if it hit home more. Like, we've been talking on this podcast about breaking some of the rules, and I wouldn't necessarily say we're breaking the rules, but, we've been a little lax more so than my daughters.
Yeah, it's kind of scary if you really put it into perspective.
Yeah, when daddy gets it, you start thinking about it a little different.
I think you just believe that it's never going to hit home, right? You always hear about the stories on TV, in the news. It's like, oh, okay, well, you keep running and meeting up with people. But guys, it's real. Like, it's serious. We do, in the end, need to stay home and really think about the places and the people that we're seeing, in all honesty.
Well, I was taking a stock in everything we were doing, and the only piece of the stock that I couldn't make sense for our social distances was Sweetness, because I think he's a ticking time bomb.
If you've been tuning into Mike and Sweetness's podcast, they are once a week.
Yeah, we let Sweetness sit next to me, and we, the producer Jason, who's on the call today. Hey, Jay.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
Guys. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for tuning in and joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I consulted Jason about Sweetness and the social distancing, and we argued about it, but we felt that, he was like my little wife, and if I could have Angela next to him, I could have little Sweetness. So I went out, and the little buddy came on set.
Oh, Sweetness is always a good time, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. So
he is, but he better be being smart, or he won't be coming around, honey.
You still got all 5 of those kids there?
I do. All 5 kids. There's obviously, between my wife and I, we have 7 people in this house. I can't go anywhere. Digital learning is not fun, I think, for any parent. I think
it's that hard.
Oh my gosh, it's miserable. Because the kids don't really want to do it, right? They're home. It kind of feels like they shouldn't be. So forcing them to do work is pretty bad.
Yeah, we're gonna hire all that out.
Yeah.
I would like to think I'll be good at it as the kids get a little bit older. Like, as you know, we're looking at this house. We put an offer in, and everything's slowly going our way. Fingers crossed that it does the next few weeks. But I told Mike there's like this big upstairs room. I'm like, they have these 2 tables and chairs. It's beautiful, all built in. I'm like, maybe we'll homeschool. Maybe that's a possibility. I don't know if I could do it, but I would maybe like to try.
Angela just started perfecting top ramen. I don't think she could shape the future of the mind.
First of all, guys, I did not say cooking class. Okay, I said just learning.
Well, I mean, when you homeschool, do you bring somebody into homeschool, sweetheart, or do you do this homeschooling yourself?
Probably me and somebody else.
Like somebody like
a nanny?
Like a nanny? So you don't think they need to be in the new rules?
I think they would be.
And why? Like, just a little, let's back up. Why? Why do you want to homeschool them versus send them to a private school if you want, but
no, I mean, I'm probably going to do that. We're probably going to do that as well. But I'm just saying, like, it just looked inviting, like this bedroom, like this room that had these built in everything. I was like, maybe we do. It's a nanny that actually brought it up. That she's like, Andrew's like, why don't you homeschool? I'm like, that's a good idea. Could I do it?
Start the kids out on an abacus, or
listen, I'm telling you from experience. I love my kids, love them, but I look forward to them going to school. I'll just say that.
No, man. I mean, I had these kids. I think I talked about it last time. I had these kids, all in and make me young. I never thought I'd be trapped with them for 24/7, 6 days, 6 weeks.
Who are you referring to?
King and Lord.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the older ones.
Trapped. You're not trapped. You're a happy father. Come on.
Yeah. I hate when you say that. I hate the word trapped, by the way. You're not trapped. Like, you choose to be here. If you don't, you know where the door is.
Angela's decided, since all my businesses are practically shut down and I have not been working as hard, that I need to participate more with the babies. So I've changed.
He still has yet to get up at night, though. Do not lie. Do not lie.
No.
Last night you told me he was going to do duty with Lord. Because we, occasionally send the nanny home.
I did.
So I was like, okay. He's like, Angela. He's like, tonight I'm gonna take over. And I'm like, well, which one do you want to wake up with every couple hours? He's like, I pick Lord. I said, good pick, because she's been sleeping longer than King has. King's been still getting up 5-6 times a night, where Lord's sleeping and only getting up like 2 to 3 times. So I'm like, that's a good pick. That makes sense. And then, of course, as the night got later, he's like, I'm not doing it. And I said, I figured you were.
Yeah,
she put me on this new diet, Jay, that's got me low energy, lethargic, so I didn't want to, risk not being present.
He needed his beauty sleep
for Lord.
Are you on a diet, Jay?
Am I what?
Are you on a diet?
Yeah, Mike's got me on his podcast, that Get Rook thing, that Male Excel, that helps with
How's it working out?
I just started, literally just took the test and just getting started.
Hopefully you have more energy here shortly.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we're all cooked in the house.
I've been on it 5 days now. I've been taking testosterone.
Do you feel the energy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I Angela's like, I didn't get with an older guy to be with a 21-year-old.
Oh boy, here we go.
So she's already put that
crazy.
down.
One thing I'm really excited for on today's podcast is, Andrew, we got your friend on it, don't we,
That's what I
lady?
was about to say. Yes, exactly. We have my bestie on. Her name is Natalie Decker, joining us in just a little bit. I'm super excited to kind of tune in and see what she's been up to during this crazy coronavirus.
Yeah,
She-
great girl, great family, great race car driver.
Yeah, we
got
love
to
her.
spend time around Christmas with their family over at our condo. It was a lot of fun.
You see some of those videos she does on YouTube with her and her boyfriend? They're pretty
I
funny.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Mike, I always show Mike a little clip of him. Like, do you think you could do this? He's like, no, not a chance. I'm like,
Well,
Oh,
"Can you
yeah.
try
The
some-"
yoga part, right?
Yeah, the yoga, and there's no way, Jose, for
Well,
Mike.
I think Derek is in a different boat than I am right now. You know,
What's that boat?
well,
More flexible.
I think Derek's
Skinny
in a
mini?
position where he's dating a girl that's hotter than him, and I think for me, you know,
Outkick coverage.
I've always married down, so I don't feel the
Oh,
pressure
gosh, here we go.
to
Whatever.
do these silly videos that Derek obviously has to do. You know, so
As we all know, Mike has outkicked his coverage.
yeah,
Mike has definitely outkicked this coverage, Ange. I agree.
but yeah, we
Well,
have
bye. I'm
to
not
have
gonna-
Natalie and
You're cutting Jason off. What is
sorry,
Jason saying?
Jay.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying I'll admit I outkicked my coverage as well too. So
Yeah, but
Need we say more, boys?
one thing I would say to every woman, one of the first things I learned at a bar, I was 19 years old and I was in this dive bar in college, and above the urinal, as I was having a down
I know what
day
you're gonna
about this
say.
girl I was dating, and above the urinal it says, no matter how hot that girl is, there's some dude that's tired of that. You know, so I think, you know, yes, we might have outkicked our coverages, but I definitely think they're winning.
all right,
You don't think you guys are winning? I'm confused by this.
I do. Hey,
Well,
Ange, that drink
doing
looks
a
See,
pretty good.
Jason, what?
I said that drink looks pretty good. I'm jealous. What's in it?
Oh my gosh, Jason. So I wanted to share with everybody. This is a fabulous pickle martini, Jay. And my recipe will be, I'm going to do a live video tomorrow. But it's a pickle martini. If you love dirty martinis, pickle martini is very similar. It's very simple. It's very clean. It's light and it's refreshing. So, I mean,
You know, like a lot of my
it's
buddies
phenomenal if you love pickles.
are asking me if Angela to stop drinking since I'm not drinking right now. And I said, you know, I'm not like one of those typical drinkers that if I'm not drinking, nobody else can drink. I've been shoving the alcohol down Angela's throat every night.
Mike
But are
always-
you drinking? That's the question. 'Cause
Mike
it's-
always said, listen, how about it, babe? As you always said, like when I first met you, is his past wives never used to drink with him ever. And so that was always a pet peeve of his. He's like, he wants a girl that drinks. Well, when I first met him and we were hanging out, I wasn't a big drinker. Not saying I am today. How about it?
Yes, I told Angela I was a little concerned. I said, you know, if I get into a third marriage and you're not going to drink and judge me all day, every day with your mom, you know, this ain't going to work out. And Angela turned to the bartender and said, I'll take 2 shots of tequila. So, I mean, we were in and this degenerate wife was born that day.
And so
so
today,
it
yeah,
all started.
drinking a pickle martini, but I still love my champagne. But you know, Mike and I, like Mike was saying, is I have Mike on the strict diet as we were talking about last week on the show. It's just trying to eat better, no drinking for Mike, but I will have a few cocktails, but I'm cutting back as well to help him, of course.
You know, since my
And-
father
How's that going for you?
since my father's in the bed, I just want to remind, I did have a thought in out of respect to my mom. My dad told me when my second marriage broke down that you need to marry a nymphomaniac alcoholic. And I'm like, well, you and mom been together a long time. He goes, yeah, look at her. She's leaning up against the wall because she's cancer.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and
Oh,
Would you
what's it?
say that like gives
Yeah.
me the creeps, man. That gives me goosebumps. Come on. You really shouldn't be talking about that, should you?
no, but you got me. I'm all delirious.
No, he shouldn't.
And I'm eating cardboard.
You guys, so so I have Mike on this very strict diet. He's eating better, and we're working out daily together, which has kind of been fun. We're going for long walks.
Working out. What kind of working out you
Well,
doing?
let's get into it, guys. So lately, his new thing is he is running steps.
Well, no, it's an after a big high quality workout that I do, and then I run the steps, and you know, I'm getting there.
Slowly, guys, slowly. I'm not sure what step he's on, what floor he's hit. Last week was floor 8 or 9? 9?
I got to level 11 2 days ago, and then today I got to 9. So,
Do you feel good about that?
well, I took a
Progress?
little step back because Angela was abusing me and trying to be my life coach in the hallway, and she just brings me down. I mean, that's why, like on my podcast, she's not allowed. You know, she breaks me down. She tells me she's going to build me back up, but right now I just feel so vulnerable.
You
So
feel
how's the workout going, Mike?
Well, I put 2 pounds on. I'm not happy about that, but I kind of know where the mistakes were had. And I'm going to
And he
try.
wakes up every new day, guys, with something more positive. Like,
Well,
hey,
yeah,
today-
now I get in the tub and I I
Yeah.
got a string of movies I watch. I watch Rocky, Invincible, all these great movies get me excited. And then, of course, Angela, when I'm having a good moment, she has to tell me I'm fat.
I don't say you're fat. I think we both
So-
look at each other in the mirror like, hey, when's it starting?
You
Or
just
hey,
told me
when's it
you
stopping?
told me
Like, the
today I was
drinking them.
thread challenged. I mean, because my butt.
So the weight thing's not really working so far.
Not
The
exactly.
stairs isn't working.
Exactly.
Well,
but
I mean, I'm only 5.
Didn't you say there's shakes and stuff too? You're trying to get them on
there's
shakes,
multiple things that I'm
stairs.
sharing with everybody. Yeah, I can't wait to show everybody what we've been
Yeah, I
doing and
think
eating and
Angela's
drinking.
planning on making
Yeah.
one for everybody today, so
gonna
you can
try.
see the sheer
So that's
horror.
that's kind of like I'm cooking, I guess. Right?
After I run the steps, this is what she feeds me.
This is true.
Well, I think there's video, right? There's video of you running the steps we can play.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's play that, and then you guys can get set up for the shake.
We'll meet you in the kitchen, Jay.
All right. Oh boy, Mikey in the stairs.
Watching you work out. How do you feel? What floor number are you on?
He's out of breath already.
There's no end to what you'll do to me, baby.
Oh my gosh, he's out of breath. There he goes. Wow. You guys look like you're struggling with those stairs, Mikey was, huh? Mike? Ange? Okay, here we go. All right, I think they're struggling here in the kitchen. All right, there we go. Go ahead. Go.
Surely we're going.
All right, guys, you ready? Show us the shake.
I hope it's not too messy for you guys. So this is what Mike and I are dealing with for 21 days straight. A 21-day cleanse. Yes, a 21-day cleanse. Shoot me. So we are literally eating, how about it? For breakfast, lunch, and dinner snacks, peppers, onions,
Carrots. I don't even know what to do with these things, but
You
she
should probably not
blends
touch
them. This is my reward for running steps.
avocados. Who doesn't love yummy avocados? One of my favorite. Sweet potatoes, so for me. But this cleanse we take twice a day, just this like smoothie, and then we can eat as much vegetables and fruits all day long. So now we're gonna make this quick little smoothie for you. Do you want to throw these in? We have strawberries and blueberries. Here, I'll just do it because you know how the husbands are in the kitchen; they'll make a mess.
Things
Besides
are
that one.
falling. They make us put these pills in here.
These pills. What are they, honey? They're a vitamin. So we need daily supplements of vitamins. Our whey protein powder, and this is also this is
That
fiber.
looks like-
This is
yeah.
fiber. What's
Well,
fiber do?
Fiber gives you nice fluffies in the morning.
Oh, lucky us.
Yeah, when I'm drinking, it's doesn't work.
And you can't forget the water, obviously. This is all measured out. It's a cup each, so it's easy and simple. The more ice, the thicker, the better. The icier, the more filling the cocktail.
I will say it does go in like cardboard, but comes out kind of nice.
Oh gosh,
What?
that sounds like that sounds nice.
It's pretty. There you go,
So
man.
just guys, and just in a few
That's
seconds,
it.
going live with Natalie Decker. You guys need to tune in. Super excited.
All right, see you in a
Angela
minute.
Ruch is driven to the front, doing a great job. She was in top 5 or 6 when that incident happened. She didn't inherit this lead. She was up there.
But to actually be there and to be like top 5 and also leading the race, it's pretty spectacular.
The first woman in the history of the sport to do it, and it's Angela Ruch.
Wow, I do remember that 8th place at the time. That was the highest placing finish by a female until just this year, right, Ange?
Oh my gosh, right? Congratulations to Natalie on that. I don't think I really got to talk to her about that. That was an amazing finish for her. A dream come true, as I'm sure I kind of lived it last year at Daytona. Yeah, pretty rewarding and amazing.
I thought Natalie was going to win it. We were losing our minds watching her, rooting hard.
I think it's just that feeling that you get like being in that position and not really knowing what's going to happen. Everything's going so fast around you, and you in the end you believe that it's not you, but it is. You really got to pinch yourself. So it's pretty cool. I can't wait to kind of hear from Natalie and see how everything's coming along for her.
Yeah, let's check in with Natalie. Natalie, how are you?
Hi.
Hey girl, how are you?
Good. How are you?
You look awesome. I miss you.
Oh, you look good. All of you, but mostly Angela.
Thanks, Natalie. See, honey, I told you.
I was just complimenting Derek.
Derek's here. Derek, come say hi.
Maybe we have some questions for Derek and why he's going to do yoga on TV. I drew the line at the top.
We've been tuning into your guys' YouTube channel.
Oh, I have to like twist his arm to do any type of video, so don't be fooled.
No, but it looks good too. How about every time you guys do those videos, I'm like, hey, why can't you try and do this? And it's not gonna work for Mikey. How about it, baby?
No. I usually try to stay in a speedo and get abused by my wife 24/7 days. So Derek, I feel your pain.
Michael, you're such a mess.
But
man.
usually when I see Derek, I remind him that I took this coverage. So I get what he has to do.
Yeah.
You're a mess. What are you guys doing to stay busy during the coronavirus right now? Like,
Hey, hold on one second. I think there's a bad connection. Obviously, this is live, so we're trying to work through it. Natalie, I'm going to take you out of the feed real quick and see if I can put you back in. Hang tight. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
it's
it's
better
better.
now.
Yeah, I think it was something on her end, so we'll try and connect one more time. Hang on.
Sorry, guys, we're having a bad connection.
Hey, Natalie, can you hear us?
Is it better now?
100 times better. Oh, maybe not. It's because
Yeah.
I'm on speaker and it's echoing in her room.
Yeah, is there another computer on in your room by any chance that has volume?
Like to call in on a different computer?
Yeah, actually, this sounds good right here.
Well, there you go.
A lot better.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Maybe it was because my phone was sitting on something, so maybe it just sounded muffled.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
sounds
way
much
better.
better.
Way better. So
Okay.
my last question to you was, what are you and Derek doing to stay busy besides this fabulous YouTube channel you guys have going on? How are you guys feeling your day?
Well, it's really difficult because we're so used to being busy, and you know how that is, like living a busy life and then sitting down and slowing down. It's so different. But it does feel good to, relax and spend time together and not travel so much. But we really have been doing really not too many things, just YouTube, like all those videos you've been seeing. We've been playing with our dog Cash a lot and taking him
We
to
have
the
both in
park.
common, huh? We both have two
Yes.
dogs. Cash. How about that, baby?
Well, I'm just wondering, with you spending all this time as a young couple, and
I love that
you
video.
bossing Derek around, is there some things that he's been annoying you with that now that you've been so isolated together?
I don't think so. I think I get more annoyed when we travel together than when we're sitting at home together.
I would have to say opposite for you and I, honey.
Yeah, no, I'm highly annoyed both when we're traveling and when we're home together. Natalie.
That's not true, babe. Come on.
Natalie,
have you guys seen these videos with Derek and Natalie? I think, Mike, you should try and do some of these yoga things. It's pretty impressive.
Let's see this.
Let's
You should try it. I would love to see you try it. Okay, now I'll insert it for you to see.
Look at Derek's face.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
He's like, how is this going to happen?
Lay on your back.
Yeah, that's it. Just lay on your back.
You know what I always like about Derek? Every time I see him, he's so quiet. But then when he gets in front of the camera, it's a whole nother guy. That's gonna be an interesting move, Derek.
I love that he's quiet because then I can talk more.
That's true. Good point. Good point.
Watch this move, Mike, because I want a video of you and trying to complete this. Next podcast, we're going to use this video, okay?
We didn't get it right away.
Wow.
It took us a few tries.
Oh, okay. Where does the dog come in?
Well, he loves being a part of everything.
I love it.
Oh.
All right, here it comes. Maybe.
Wait for
There
it.
you go.
There we
Wow.
go.
Do you think you can do that?
No.
Mike can barely make it up the steps, guys.
Well, I think for us, she could set on my belly a lot easier, so she doesn't have to be so.
I got to know for that home. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And would you not say?
So Natalie, fill us at Daytona, I was telling Angie, like, I love yelling at my wife about how she performs. And for one day, we were on top of the world and we actually thought we had a shot. What was going through your mind with 5 to go? And you're like, I mean, what were you restarting 5th or 8th or something?
I don't even remember where we restarted, to be honest, but it was amazing.
Right?
And the whole race, we stayed like in the 2nd or 3rd pack, just hanging out. We didn't want to get caught up in any of the wrecks. So that was my team's plan. And it really worked out, but it was so boring being back there. And I was like, I just want to be up front racing. And like any driver, you want to be up front and you want to do your best, but we had to like hold back just so we didn't get caught up in any of the crazy wrecks. And it was so worth it. The last 2 laps during that restart was the most fun I've ever had in a race car, racing up front like that.
Did you vision yourself going right to the front, or were we just kind of waiting for things to happen and then you're going to make the move towards the end? Like, is that kind of what your plan was the whole race between you and Cody?
Yeah, it was definitely just waiting and really trusting my team, because I know they've done it a lot longer than I have, and my spotter has been to way more Daytona races than I've been to. So I knew he really knew what he was talking about. So when he said we're going to hang out in the back, and then when there's like a green, white checkered or 5 to go, he said that's when we will race our way up in the front. Other than that, we always would come down pit road or do some kind of strategy to make sure we start in the back. And I'm really glad I listened to him. At one point, I got a little impatient and I started racing and trying to make some moves. And he was like, Natalie, please stop. You're going to regret this. Just stay calm and get in that 2nd pack. So I think it really worked out. I'm glad I listened to him.
At what point on those last 3 laps were you like, holy crap, I can win this?
Getting the white flag on the back straightaway, going into turn 3, I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be a top 10. Like, I can totally see it laying out. No one was doing anything too stupid to wreck the whole field or anything like that. Like, everyone was in line being really good. And I just could see it and visualize it that we were going to have a really good finish. And when I crossed the line, my spotter was like, congratulations, that's definitely a top 10. And not until like a few seconds later, we knew exactly where I finished. And then they came back on the radio and told me I finished 5th. And I was like, this is so crazy. And I was just so happy to have like those 2 laps up front like that and racing with all those guys, especially at Daytona. And it was just really amazing. And then when I was getting interviewed at the end of the night, so someone, a girl interviewing me for like a radio, she was like, did you know you made history? And I was like, doing what? Like, I had no idea.
That's the
I
best.
had absolutely no idea. She had to like kind of fill me in.
Angela was holding my arm the whole time with those 2 to go. She's like, she's up there. She's up there.
I know.
Every time I watch your show with you at Daytona, I still like my hands get sweaty even though I know how the finish happens. I'm just like, I get nervous even rewatching it for you.
I was just gonna say the same thing. It's like you're nervous watching it, and just like you just describing what you went through to know that I was there last year, like you get anxious, right? It's just like it's something I think I'm speaking for you too. It's something that we've always dreamed about since we were little girls, doing it our whole life is racing. It just that nervousness and that feeling never goes away when you've accomplished it.
I don't know how to relate because I'm not an athlete, Natalie, but I think of my marriage very similar. I mean, I kind of know how this thing's going to end. But I've been holding on, getting a little clammy. And,
She's young. She's young. You don't need to get negative marriage thoughts in. I'm sure her and Derek are probably close to something, I would assume, not to put pressure on Derek.
But I would say Natalie knows my personality really well. How about it, Natalie?
Well, Natalie, I'm assuming Derek stopped and Chuck. They probably paused on my towel scenes because there was 2 nice ones. I'm sure that got a lot of extra views during those moments.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie, how many races are you running for Nice this year?
So, well, we're planned to do 10 races at the beginning of the year, but now with how this coronavirus and quarantine is going, I'm really not exactly sure. We're just waiting to find out exactly what NASCAR is going to do with their schedule, and then as well as what my sponsors want to do for the remainder of the season. But I'm assuming if everything goes to plan, we'll still be able to finish out the same races that we wanted to do, with hopefully adding more.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I have a question. And this is kind of for Angie and Natalie, I guess. Like, you guys are good friends. I see you guys talking all the time. But how competitive are you? Like, when you two are on the track, do you know where each other is? Like, are you like, oh, Angie's here, I need to beat that, or Natalie's here, I need to get that? Like, how competitive are the two of you between each other?
I mean,
I don't know.
Sorry.
It's different. It is different competing against a girl. Obviously, I feel like girls are more competitive against each other no matter what sport they are. But like, I really always want Angela to do her best, and I'm like so look up to her. So like, I don't feel like I'm like, oh, I need to be Angela. I just feel like I need to do my best, and that's, you know, do the best I can in that race and in that moment. So I'm never like, oh, where is she? I want to beat her. I'm more like, where is she? She better be doing good.
I kind of think that's the same thing for me. It's like, but I also feel like at the same time, it's like when you put the helmet on, it's all seriousness, right? So we're all like, getting down to business. That's what we're all there to do, is to, in the end, we all want to win. But knowing that Natalie and I have that love for each other and that respect, like I love seeing her do well. But in the end, I think we both want to finish the race.
Well,
Like let's just be real.
Exactly.
Natalie, Tom Brady's son, his favorite quarterback is Peyton Manning. I just want to let you know, in this household, my favorite driver is Natalie Decker.
Oh boy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and Derek's is Angela.
There you go. Good
No,
luck.
I think everybody to know that our relationship with Natalie is amazing. Like we, Natalie, we love you. We love your family. We loved having you over for Christmas and getting to know you guys. It's super cool. Like it's how it should be, you know?
Natalie, I've been dishing on NASCAR secrets, and I've been wanting to ask you. I always see Chuck roaming around with a cup, and I know there's like what's in that cup. Do you organize that for him at the track, or does the team do that? Because I'm trying to sort my situation out. If it's,
I think he organizes that himself. I really believe that's all him.
Mikey sounds jealous.
I think that's why Mike
Chuck's got it figured out.
I think that's why Mike and Chuck get along so well. It's because they're both doing the same thing.
Well, we both got
that?
we both got that steady tan year round.
Whatever.
For those of you who don't know, Chuck is Natalie's dad, who's a big part of her career and is always with her. Just for the people that don't know.
You're such a nut, babe.
Where would your next race be? Would it be trucks, or you're running some other stuff too, right?
Yeah, we're also running in the Trans Am series. I'm doing a GT4, so that'll be my first time really running in that class. But with the same team that I've done road races in the past with, it's Ave Motorsports. And they just released their schedule. I couldn't tell you exactly what date it is. I believe it starts in July. But I'm not sure exactly. We'll see what NASCAR comes up with their schedule. But I'm thinking it might be one of the road races will be my next race.
Ooh, so which do you prefer better? If you had to choose one, Natalie.
Oval, 100%.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I feel it's more racy, it's more fun, and if you miss your mark in one lap in an oval race, the next lap it's easy to make up time and it's easy to fix the next lap. But with road racing, it takes like a minute to get around the whole track. If you miss your one mark, in one lap, it screws up the whole lap for like a minute and a half, and you're like, oh my gosh, this sucks.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Hey, by the way, I saw you posted, I don't know if it's a video or a picture, I can't remember, but did you get a new sim simulator?
We've had the sim for a while. I've never really liked going on it because I have a TV instead of a computer monitor. And Travis Braden, I raced ARCA with him. They have their sim here as well, and he has a monitor, like a computer monitor. And I tried his sim out, and I love it way more. So now I'm starting to get more into iRacing and all that stuff, and I'm actually really enjoying it now.
To race each other. Are you good at it?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I keep asking Ange, all these people keep tweeting, why are you girls not on it? And Ange says she's working on it, but are you able to race in it?
I don't know. I've been invited to do some races, but I truthfully don't have an account, and I've only ever practiced under my boyfriend's account, which apparently is against like some rules in iRacing. Everyone's like, I'm gonna report you, but I'm like, okay.
Who's gonna
I don't know.
report me?
Yeah. I need to make an account.
Yeah, you do. You definitely need to, because you got to get laps in and run races. So what I've heard. Yeah. Because I usually just run by myself. Like I log laps. Me and a couple buddies will get on with a couple like engineers. They'll teach me some stuff. I'll do it, and that's how I've been practicing. But it's hard to get in on these truck series in the Xfinity without having time on the track itself with actual racing. So that's
it is so different. Everyone thinks it's very similar. That really might not be in NASCAR or race a real car. They really feel and believe it's very similar, and I really don't think it's truthfully that similar, but it really does help when you're trying to like learn a track or learn your marks or understand how pit road is. But it's really not gonna make you go to that track and unload and be fast. At least it hasn't really helped me with that. But And some people really love it and say it works. And then there's the other half that says, it's just for fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat. I think the same thing. It's like it's great to mentally prepare yourself for the track itself and like the corners and the bumps and all that and pit road and all that. But as far as like,
now,
I
is
don't know if it's
there?
just that we don't like video games. I don't know what it is.
Well, is there haves and haves not? Like, does Denny Hamlin have a $250,000 sim? And
Oh, I'm sure he does. They should have videoed Denny in his simulator, it like moves and stuff. Yeah,
different though, but his is definitely a little higher end. Yeah, you need to step it up.
Well,
man, buy me something bigger and better.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Derek, I want a better sim.
There you go. Come on, Derek.
Come on, boys.
Natalie, I got a question for you. Chuck and I've talked about this a little bit one time. Like when people give you heat for your driving or being a blonde or being a woman, like who on your side, who on your team loses their mind? Like, on our end, I lose my mind and then I have to get it off my chest. Like who over there is just pulling their hair out and just wanting to beat some ass?
It hasn't happened often, but I've seen my mom lose her mind one time, but they came at her. So that's why I think she lost her mind and was like, that's not me. Like, you don't even know me. Why are you saying that about me? But no one really, like Derek, he like kind of laughs at it. He's like, that's funny. So, and like, I've learned to laugh at all the haters and stuff because it is really kind of fun to like read the comments that they come up with. It's like, you don't even know me, or you don't even know Angela, or half the other drivers you're talking about. Like, it's not our responsibility to make them think, good things about us.
I think it was better and stronger in the end, though.
They call
like all
me
the negativity.
I mean,
that's why he's on a diet.
Yeah,
now.
well, I mean, it really hit me hard. I just,
Whatever. He doesn't care.
Takes all my insecurities, puts them out there for
nothing
everybody
can take
to
your
see.
insecurities, baby. Come on, seriously.
Well, baby.
No, you cut me off now.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward silence. No, so no, thank you so much, Natalie, for joining us. We've had so much fun getting to know you. We love your family so much. And
we love you. Thank you.
Coronavirus stops, we need you to like come over and hang out, or we'll meet somewhere and
6 feet. Stay 6 feet apart.
Always.
I miss your babies. I want to see them when the quarantine lifts.
They're getting so big, it's crazy.
Katie took 5 steps. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's
oh my
gosh. Yeah. And Lord is 5 months old now, and she's like rolling over, and she's calmed down a lot, which has been really, really enjoyable for us. But yeah, so life is good over here, and the kids are amazing, and we're buying a house, so that's new, so that's really exciting.
I thought I saw something like that on your Instagram, but I wasn't sure if it was for you or for your business or what you were doing. So that's so amazing. That makes me happy.
Hopefully all goes well, and you can come over and join us in some cocktails over there, and we can catch up on real life stuff. How about it, babe?
Well, like in this environment, the whole world is crashing, and we're going and buying houses. Yes, it should work out. My thing was being on.
You fight about this. I don't even know why you bring that up.
Well, I need a place to fish and stuff like that. I'm more worried we're all going to be hunting and gathering here.
What are you going to hunt and gather? I would love to know.
Do you fish even?
No, he doesn't do anything.
That's what I thought.
The only person that's fishing is me.
Be honest with you, I'm addicted to Yeti coolers, and my Coors Light will get down in the bottom corner. I really got to get in there and fish it out. But that's
fishing for you. All right.
You fish or hunt or gather? Anybody over there in your house, Natalie?
Oh hell yeah, Derek does. I know he does.
No?
He did when he was younger. Ever since we moved here, not so much. But we're from the Midwest, so fishing and hunting's like very normal, and everyone does it. I haven't. I could not kill a deer, but I fish with my grandpa a lot. So when I go home, I like to fish with them.
Driving down the road and he hits, a furry thing. Will he like throw it on the hood and bring it home and cut it up?
No, but funny story. We went and got pizza late at night from a restaurant down the road from my house in Eagle River. We were driving home, and a deer ran out, and he didn't want to hit the brakes really hard because he was worried about the pizza, and he hit the deer, just barely hit it. And he's like, "Oh, Natalie, don't worry. Like, he's fine. I barely hit him. Like, he's still running. He's okay." I'm like, "No, turn around. I want to see." So we drive and we turn around, and the deer was laying in the ditch, and it ruined my day. I was like, "No."
He killed a deer.
Now, he wasn't eating the pizza slice while he was checking on the deer now, was he?
He probably was.
It's just a fun funny. That's
I want to get
nasty.
Chuck on this show next. We're gonna talk.
Yes, you
How
gotta
are your
get Dad
parents
on.
doing during this coronavirus? Are they staying safe and staying quarantined
back
in
in
their home?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went back to Wisconsin right before the quarantine started. But as soon as it lifts, they want to come back out to North Carolina with their motorhome. And yeah, we definitely all need to get together at your new place.
Yeah. See, honey.
Come
How
on
about
over. Bring your cash.
Yes.
How is your puppy? Is your puppy well?
He's good. He's so big now, and he's like kind of calming down a little bit now that he's over a year old. But he's still very hyper and puppy-like.
I love puppies. Oh.
Well, we've accepted your yoga challenge, and we'll see you.
Yoga challenge. Hey, there's one more pose, Mike, that I want to see if you and Ange can do. That Natalie.
I'm excited.
Do.
Yes, I was
There you
hoping you were
go.
going to show that one.
Wow.
How did you get up like that?
Oh, we gotta watch the video. It was a challenge. I think I hurt Derek.
Little smooch there at the end of it. Come on, Mike.
I sit on your feet, honey.
Well, I think Derek's been doing some of his own yoga because I just don't think I can get in that pose.
I don't think you put your legs.
I mean,
Seriously.
but if you keep drinking those martinis, we're going to do the downward dog.
Oh boy.
Honey, I haven't even drank the martini. It's like just sitting there. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. Then maybe I should drink the martini and we could do whatever that was.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Natalie, thank you very, very much.
Natalie, we love you. Thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Yeah, I love you and thank you so much. And my family misses you. So
I know.
soon we'll get together. Thank you for having me.
Yes, most definitely anytime. And we'll see you at the racetrack.
Yes, see you at the racetrack.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
I love her.
She's cool. Cool girl.
She's like the most down-to-earth person I've ever met.
She's my favorite driver.
Is she your favorite driver?
Oh boy, come on.
I would hope.
She is not your favorite driver.
Am I not your favorite driver, honey?
Why?
You didn't even watch racing if it wasn't for me.
Be careful with your answer. You're quarantined. Nowhere to go.
Second favorite driver.
But I'm your first.
Yes,
You say I'm your first, Natalie.
yeah.
That's fair.
I'll text Natalie.
You know, it's so funny as Natalie could be your first like favorite driver. It doesn't even bother me because I love her. Like she is such a daring person, and she works hard, and she's just young and cute. And
she told us that story about how she was hustling sponsorship, knocking on doors. You know, why don't you do that, baby? Like, why wouldn't you go door to door and try to raise some cash for this family? Maybe put like a lemonade stand out.
I think people go out of different
Contribute.
ways. Honey. Honestly, because we have.
Hey, Ange, I'll give you $100 if you just knock on Mike's head.
Yeah, I'm about to pound him in his head, Jason.
Mikey, you got it right.
Yeah, dear, honey. See
No,
this?
no, but it you know, Natalie, your family, they're great. We wish them the best of luck. I root for them, and they're great folks. And
This.
we
are doing this. I am getting a picture of this from you two.
The only thing I would say
This
for
one.
Natalie seems she's holding up her end of the bargain, but I think Derek needs to.
This looks like he's straining a little
Well, he
bit.
needs a tan on the plate. You know, I mean,
Just a spray tan, maybe, huh?
well, I don't know if he's a Wisconsin boy or not, but now that he's down in North Carolina, he's got to either start drinking and get this good red glow that I have, or he needs a spray tan.
Spray tan. I would just say spray tan is fine,
Yeah.
honey.
All right.
They're not big drinkers, babe.
All right. What do you say we get to some fan questions? Fans have been waiting patiently.
Messy hair.
All right.
What do you say? Can we do that?
Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
bring him.
I
All right, let's do it. Let's see who we got here.
I'm having a sip of this
Question.
cocktail.
Honey,
Sorry.
what color are my eyes?
Blue.
Go, Gage Man. Hey, Angela Rook, are you planning on racing the NASCAR Pro Invitational Series on iRacing?
I am. I just got an email on it, and I will be invited here shortly. So I'm waiting on that invite, and I will be in and ready.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Well, Jason, you're logged into my DMs on Instagram. Why aren't you reading it?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
So
you do.
I tagged them in a couple things, hoping they would reach out. So that's
I think
good.
that's on Pocket. Yeah, it should be them. Actually, I'm playing with right now because I think that's who I was talking to.
Cheryl Ann is asking, how are the babies doing, Angela?
Oh, Cheryl Ann, thank you for tuning in and watching. The babies are doing good. How about it, baby?
Yeah,
They're getting big. They're growing fast. King is walking more and more every day.
Yeah, King's walking. Lord had her first solid poo.
Which no, it's no lie. Like, so she has had massive diarrhea as we were seeing a GI specialist. Like, she was having anywhere from 4 to 8 doo-doos a day and not pretty ones. And, when they're young like that, they should be having quite solid ones. So that was a big stress of ours.
Pretty?
Well, I mean, they were, she's weaning off drugs off of, off methadone. So I could never quite figure out her diet and what she was needing or what we were missing. So she's been eating a tremendous amount of baby food, and it has been helping her. And we have like gone very less on the bottles, and she's doing really, really well. So a first hard, solid poo.
Yeah, I take all the hard,
Daddy changed
poos, and then the ones that we have to wipe their ankle, I give to Angel.
That's which is all of them,
Yeah,
especially for King, as big as he's getting.
Cheryl also wanted to know, how old is Natalie? Do you know? I don't know. How old is she?
I want to say Natalie's 22.
22.
That's
I
what
would say
I'm
22.
Guess. I'm
Yeah.
Guess 22.
Yeah.
Our girl Emily.
Hi, Em.
No, they canceled it. There's the second one in the fall. We actually were to build a gym down there for Eric's
Give a Child a Voice.
Give a Child a Voice, but even that is we don't even know where we're heading with that. But we were planning on being in Texas before it got canceled for the not ribbon cutting, but for the intro of the gym and then the race, and so we're sorting it all out.
Yeah.
So TBD.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Here's a good one for you.
How's Uncle Mike handling the quarantine?
He's not.
No.
Tyler J, you just saw his diet. I hope you watched it.
Yeah,
It's
my
brutal.
activities, like when you start getting in slug mode, you really want to you keep your activities at a minimum. I don't want to expend any extra energy in case I have to make this wine and food last longer. So I try not to burn calories, but I do get up for 4 minutes of cuddling every day with Angela, to start my day.
Just 4 minutes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got to conserve all my energy.
When are we buying a place in Miami? Oh my goodness. Okay, can we just talk about that? My trainer Gabby from the One Hotel sent me a picture, I don't know, 2 days ago, and it was when we first bought our penthouse there at the One Hotel, and she's like, Angela, I remember this day as if it was yesterday, and was like reminiscing, like when we bought our place there, and then we just sold it last August. We're going on 2 years, honey, right? Is it 2 years?
No,
1 year. I'm sorry, 1 year.
We sold it a year ago. I needed some money for a business I was going to buy, and something had to go. And we were thinking about trading Connor in on the business, but they didn't see any value in him.
I was hoping for it, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. So
no, but in all seriousness,
Big C stayed, and we lost the penthouse in Miami.
But hopefully sooner than later, we'll get another place.
Are you guys working out together to keep Mike motivated? What are you doing to keep me motivated, baby?
Sarah, yes, and yes to all of that, because we have not left each other's side for like 2 seconds, like literally since we've been on this quarantine. We have been together, locked in together, traveling together in the same car for going out to the store. We literally have done every single thing you think of together. That's the first time in a long time. How about it?
So
yes.
So to answer your question, Sarah, she is not motivating me to work out because we're together nonstop all day,
Sarah,
every day, every second. Up. We breathe the same air.
We get up every day. We get ready. He takes a long tubby, about a 2-hour tubby in the mornings between 4 and 5 in the morning, gets out of the tub around 8, depending on what time he's in there. And then we go to we hit a workout together.
I don't know, Jason, if this is good for you, but like Monday mornings is always like my get up, get after it, and I found myself this Monday, instead of waking up at 5 and having my 2-hour tubby and starting my day, I woke up at like 7. I went into my tub. I was all disoriented. And 2-3 hours later, I got out of it. I didn't have my phone. I looked at my phone. No text, no emails. No.
Oh, 2-3 hours in the tub?
He always does that every day, Jay.
How are you not like your skin falling off?
He's pruny and wrinkly, but he's used to it and he likes it.
Oh my gosh. 2 to 3 hours.
It has nothing to do with the tubs. It's called hard living.
But I will say, like, his morning routine includes he takes a tubby with both babies. So one goes in, sits in there for about 15 minutes. I take him out, put the next one in, and that's kind of our routine in the morning. So he's in there for about a good 2.5 hours. Then we hit the gym together.
Gosh, 2.5 hours in the tub.
Well, it depends. Like if it's a Mel Gibson epic flick, that it takes a little while to get through. But if it's, a little short story, then I might be in there for 20, 25 minutes.
What is this? Okay, so we're planning. This is a long one. We're planning a neighborhood outdoor Easter egg hunt with our grandchildren Saturday afternoon. A couple of the neighbors' kids stuff. I've stuffed over 250 eggs.
What are y'all doing for Easter?
Wondering what everybody's doing for Easter. I was wondering the same thing, honestly. 250 plastic eggs. So our plan is, we have all the grown babies coming over to our house for Easter brunch. We hide Easter baskets for them still. Yes, they're in their 20s, and I hide Easter baskets, which is really, really crazy, but it's what I love to do, and it's a kind of a family tradition that my mom and dad did for Amber and I and Ashley, which I love. So I think the kids look forward to that every year. So we always usually hide about 5. Actually, I always usually hide a bunch of eggs for the kids, but last year we did change it up and we hid mini bottles. How about it? How many mini bottles did we hide last year? 100?
Yeah, so
That was crazy. Giving away liquor.
Yeah, giving away liquor to our older kids. This year, Ange asked what to get with them. I said, well, let's get the liquor again and then a box of condoms and some puree.
Oh gosh.
I feel like they can lock in.
Oh my god.
But Connor's still sitting on his for the last couple years, so I'm not stalking him up anymore.
No.
Sorry, Connor, I know you're listening. But the babies, our new babies, honey, is their second Easter.
Yes.
So I'm excited for the babies. We're hiding Easter eggs for them, guys, and Easter baskets.
Gage is asking, hey Angela, do you all have any projects for the motorhome? And if so, what? Anything you're trying to do to the motorhome before the racing gets picked back up?
Oh, you mean probably?
I don't get it.
Maybe like some for the babies. Like you guys have this nice motorhome. Everybody saw in an episode. Like, are you guys doing anything to the motorhome before racing gets picked back up?
No, I don't think so.
One of the things that bothers me about the motorhome, there is a toilet with like a hatch door in the back. I feel like there's more to be had with that whole apparatus.
Mike's just not a fan of the motorhome.
Well,
it's a nice motorhome.
I find it super cozy and quaint. I could literally live on it. I love the way we were living in it for a while.
Being on the motorhome would be like around the country, there's a bunch of people get sick, and then they meet sick people, and then they all have to be quarantined into a condo in Charlotte with their family.
But that's
like when we do the motorhome, we actually do it on purpose. Like right now, it's being pushed on us. But with the motorhome, I feel like you're throwing me into a quarantine situation.
I mean, I think what you're saying, but I don't know. You mean
all right, couple more questions before our time's out. What do you say? Here's Teresa's got a very good point. Teresa, how do you stay 3 hours in a tub? That's a great question.
I have a routine every morning. First thing I do is I check the guide and look for anything that pops in my head. I quickly record and I go back. That's a library. But then I go into my menu and I go into my recordings. So all that activity takes about 10, 15 minutes. Then I got to pick out the bath bomb that what kind of mood I'm in that day.
So Mike has a big stack of bath bombs, like these jars, like baths. So he picks favorites, whatever his mood is that morning or that time of day. Teresa, he takes 3 tubs a day. Actually, you've already hit all 3. No,
I had 3.
You take it with us on quarantine. You take 3 a day. Don't lie.
Well, baby,
3 tubs a day.
Well, Angela has not been responsible during this whole virus, so I'm just protecting myself.
Yes, I have. What are you talking about?
Gosh. All right, let's go to our last question here from Chris. Chris says, what kind of diet is Mike on? Will you share? Because I need to lose a few pounds as well.
Yeah, honey, the 21-day cleanse we're doing. We can send it to him.
Well, I don't know what, Chris, if your wife at home, you got to do it in a combination of things. So what you do is your wife needs to feed you nothing, like basically air, and then try to agitate you all day long by calling you fat and old man. So unless you have somebody to really stir the juices of this miserable diet, I just don't know that you can go on when I'm on.
That's not true.
But I can send you like tapes, like sing, when you hear the ocean to go to sleep, I'll just send you tapes from Angela. It'll help you lose the weight.
Oh boy.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
What a way to end the question segment.
The 21-day cleanse that Mike. I'm doing it with him so I can help motivate him. Besides this cocktail I'm drinking, I can still have a cocktail because some things he cheats with along the way. So a cocktail or two will not kill my cleanse I'm on. That's how I feel about it, Jay.
So here we go. Some homework before we end the show. One, we're going to get a recipe from Ange from this drink that she talks about. So we'll pull that up for all the fans listening because we've already gotten some questions for how to make this drink. 2, and one of the most important things, guess what that is?
My downward dog.
This pose. Yeah. We are going to get this pose for all the fans. I hope you can see it. If not, go to the Facebook or the YouTube page. See the pose that Natalie and Derek do, and let's see if Mike can do it better.
I kind of like the one they're posing with on the left better.
Yeah,
but she looks like she's up higher than Natalie.
Hey,
well, I think that's what Natalie and Derek tried to do, and the right was the result. So, can you guys do the left?
That's what I'm telling Mike is that's what I want. I want to shoot for this pose, not that.
Well, first off, you just called out Natalie for
Natalie isn't
thinking she
there.
could beat Natalie. And what I'd like to say that I'm on 2 days, the 21-day cleanse. Angela's been bulking up with the champagne she drink. I don't believe I can do that pose until I completely cleanse.
Honey,
I might shoot a hole through the door with all that.
No excuses, dude. No excuses. And make sure Connor, somebody is taking a video because everybody wants to see the process, and then send me the picture of the final.
You want in a video or a picture? I'm confused.
A video of you guys trying to do it because it's not going to be easy. And then a picture at the end when you guys have this pose like Natalie and Derek came close to.
We should do it outside in a park, honey. Or there's a cemetery down here below us.
Cemetery is weird. Parks are closed.
Yeah, I mean
cemetery it is.
Oh gosh, let's not.
I mean,
why not like in a room?
We just get a little thing.
All right, we got a minute left before we got to get out. Any final thoughts?
No, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks, Natalie, for being on our podcast. We love you. We can't wait to see you at the racetrack and hopefully on the ice and racing. Honey?
Yeah, and we'll take all the prayers from my daddy. He's sitting in the bed and
we love you, Daddy.
Yeah, we love you, Daddy. Get well.
And actually to the whole family. Everyone needs to stay safe. Eric and Tyler, Rita.
Yeah, love you all.
Robin, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Jay, for everything.
Thanks for Natalie coming on. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you, guys. See ya.
When you living the good life, you living the rough life, real life. Don't let the pretty face fool you, she can drive. Penetration and being a mom at the same time. Mike Ruch, he a badass, a good husband, a good dad. Stay lit, the rough life, real life. Rough life, 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 rough life.